My neighbor is one of those annoying wannabe YouTubers. Over the years, I've watched him perform every absurd stunt he could imagine, chugging spoonfuls of cinnamon until he coughed violently, lying flat on the hood of his car as it slowly rolled down the driveway, pouring buckets of warm water over himself while screaming about an epic win or epic fail, or some nonsense he called an epic status quo preservation. Watching him chase viral fame was exhausting. Every time I saw him, I felt a tight knot in my chest, a mix of disbelief, irritation, and unease. I learned to dread the sound of his voice, the slap of his shoes on the pavement, the faint hum of his camera batteries charging. Then one day, he knocked on my door, a casual smile, eyes full of manic energy. He said he was leaving for a few weeks. He asked me to collect his mail. Relief washed over me in a way I hadn't expected. For once, I wouldn't have to endure his absurd antics. Finally, peace. The first couple of days were uneventful. Bills arrived. Junk mail. Probably a birthday card from someone I didn't know. Then, one evening, I found a box on my porch. A cardboard box. Large red letters sprawled across it. Return to sender. I froze. The box had weight. Substantial weight. I should have set it down. I didn't. Instead, I lifted it and felt something press into my chest, heavier than the cardboard itself. Carrying it across the street to my garage took every ounce of strength I had. Each step dragged. Each breath labored. By the time I reached the garage, I was sweating, not just from exertion. Something about the box felt wrong. The garage doors were stubborn, groaning and creaking with every attempt to open them. I should have set the box down before trying, but foolish pride kept me going. On the third kick, I lost my grip. The box fell to the floor. A faint crack echoed from inside. Something had broken. Shit, I muttered. I hoped it was insignificant. A canister, maybe a bottle, something replaceable. The smell hit me before I could reason. Sweet, sickly, sharp, rot, decay. It pressed into my nose, my mind, my chest. The box in the corner was the source. I assumed it was a subscription meat box gone bad. Perhaps a whole cow. I braced myself, scissors in hand. The bottom of the box sagged. Wet. Soft. I didn't want to touch it. The stench made my stomach churn, heart pounding. Each beat echoed in the silent garage. I felt sweat running down my back. And still, I moved closer. Every step calculated, careful, hesitant. As I cut the tape, the smell hit me like a wall. Sweat, urine, decay. I gagged. I ran outside for fresh air. The scent clung to me. My clothes, my hair, my skin. It seeped into the garage, into the house. No mask, no soap, no shower could remove it. I returned to the garage, prepared, nose pinched, gloves on, trash bags ready, strongest cleaner in hand. But I didn't need any of it. The box wasn't filled with meat. It was worse. It was my neighbor. Dead. I called the police immediately. They questioned me extensively, naturally. A corpse in my garage would make anyone a suspect. My DNA was everywhere in the box. The smell had infiltrated my house. Yet the evidence proved I wasn't involved. The twist. His camera. The police showed me footage from his GoPro. He had staged everything himself. He climbed into the box near the shipping center, with bottles, food, a pillow, flashlights. His friend closed the lid and shipped him across state lines. Hours or days of footage documented his journey. He spoke to the camera like a normal vlog. I think I'm in a truck now. Feels warm, plenty of food left. Then, during the final shot, the box tipped. He broke his neck. The camera kept recording until the memory card filled or the battery died. I still hear it in my head. The creak of the lid, the suffocating press of the cardboard, the hollow silence after the fall. There's one detail I didn't tell the police. Right after he fell, I heard a familiar creak, the sound of my garage door. And that is what haunts me most. The last thing I heard wasn't from the video. It was the sound that will stay with me forever. Weeks passed. The smell lingered in my clothes, my hair, my skin. Even the house seemed infected by it. I couldn't sleep. Every creak of my floorboard sounded like the box moving. Every gust of wind against the windows carried that faint, lingering odor. I thought I saw the box in the corner, just for a moment. Always when the house was quiet. Always when I was alone. I became obsessed with the memory, replaying the footage in my mind. Every twitch of his hand, every creak of the cardboard, how he spoke to the camera, calm, almost cheerful. "You're going to see me shipped," he said, like it was a joke, like it was entertainment. Weeks of it, the anticipation, the horror, the inevitable fall, the silence. It clung to me. I couldn't escape it. The smell, the weight, the crack of the box. I would lie awake at night, heart racing, breath shallow, waiting for the creak, and it always came. The sound of the garage door, even when the door was closed, even when I was outside. It followed me. I stopped going out at night, stopped checking the mail, stopped opening the garage. But it didn't matter. The sound was everywhere, inside my mind, inside the walls, inside me. And I realized it would never leave. Not the sound, not the smell, not the memory, not the weight. Weeks turned to months. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't think. Every shadow became a box. Every noise became a fall. Every silence became a scream. The police closed the case. He had done it to himself. No foul play. Nothing to investigate. Yet I knew better. I had seen the aftermath, felt the weight, smelled the decay, and I had heard the creak. Over and over, inside my head. It would never stop. It would never leave. And I knew, as long as I lived, that sound, that smell, that memory would follow me until the end of my days.